Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got two games for you. The first game being a 1 vs 1 on Fatamorga. Playing on the other side as the Sisters of Battle, we've got Cronus Seirin. And playing on the other side as the Orks, we've got Dr. Victor Von Knox. Von Knox will be going for a couple of sluggers, a boys hut, and a plasma generator for his opening. Whereas Cronus Seirin will go for a couple of missionaries, a Adeptus Sororitas Convent, a pristine sanctuary, and a plasma generator. So yes, boys and girls, you heard right, this is indeed a 2-for-1. Now, for those more astute of you who are part of the Discords of Unification, you will be aware that a recent patch update has happened, and currently this is, these games are on the older patch, but as a general rule, I don't like to leave games that people have submitted to my Discord lying there in the ether. I like to make sure that I get through all of them, because obviously you guys have sent them in, and it's only right that I get round to casting those games, so before we go on to the new patch, may as well slog through these games and see what gems are left for us to taste and tantalise ourselves with. So yeah, so Sisters on the northern side, Orks on the southern side, we are seeing a Canoness opening. Imagine from this pristine sanctuary, we'll be seeing the Inferno pistols. Well, that makes sense, because why would you go for the Seraphins? Because the Orks, they've got little shooty bits on top of their buildings, so harassing them may be a little bit difficult. I mean, you could kind of go for Seraphins if you try and snag their strategic points as quickly as humanly possible. But the Canoness plasma pistol opening is quite safe, and in Unification, you can tech much better into other options. You can get novitiates from the Ecclesiarchal Chapel and some other bits and bobs, whereas the Orks, very standard, nothing really changes for them in Tier 1. You see the big mech from Dr. Victor Von Knox, sounds like a perfect kind of villain from Minions or something. Very good. There we go, there's the Inferno pistol. Remarkable accuracy. Does a lot of damage very quickly as well. She'll definitely prefer engaging in a ranged stance rather than a melee stance, as the big mech will certainly rock her socks. I mean, I think she'll win in a straight up 1 vs 1, especially if a missionary comes over to help bonk, which is what's happening right here. But definitely more favourable in the ranged stance. Big mech sees that coming along, so he will teleport away. Phosphorus grenades, and I imagine, yep, some Battle Sisters coming online. Now, I've had a quick cheeky skeg at the first 30 seconds of both games, just to see what factions everyone plays. It is Von Knox versus Cronus in both our games, with Cronus playing Sisters twice. But I will leave a little air of mystery as to who Dr. Victor Von Knox will play next. Obviously, I've got no idea who wins either games, which, you know, just makes it more interesting for me. You know, we're watching it together for the first time. That's what we're doing. Oh, some shooter boys, classic shooter boys, can't go wrong with them. Missionary gets absolutely blasted to high heavens. That's one weakness of the Sisters Tier 1 if they go for missionaries rather than their singular squad of novitiates. As a missionary easily targetable, which is exactly what the shooter boys want. Now going to hide in the light cover. But this is a sizable amount of women, flanked by missionary and canoness alike. Also, that phosphorus grenade is going to cause some wicked damage to these guys over time. The shotgun from the missionary knocking a few people back, and then he jumps in the squad just in the nick of time. He'll still be targeted by the shooter boys, but oh no, never mind. A brief stay in close combat, and that missionary is lost in the rafters. Big Mech already using his teleport, which means basically everyone is kaput. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, does that shotgun cancel the teleport? No, it doesn't. Never mind. Oh, that was a very quick cooldown on the teleport right there. Let's have a different cooldown in Unification. But now we have 2 squad sisters. This is a very heavy Tier 1 investment. So if the Orks can weather this storm, they should be alright. Going to go for a squad of Storm Boys. One to jump on top of the big squad, I imagine. Heavy boy armor research. Got no big shooters on the way at the moment. Yeah, the Orks don't exactly have a sizable economy on the go for them. The Storm Boys are quite expensive to reinforce as well. Got to keep that in mind. There we go, a couple of big shooters. I don't know though. Will the big shooters actually make a difference for all this incoming firepower? These are the questions that are on my lips. Jumping over on top of everyone. Getting right in the middle. But there's only 4 Stormboys. Gray's been thrown right on top of them. Big Mech going to detach himself from the Shooter Boys, see if he can get in there as well. Laying hands upon the Battle Sisters. And while the Stormboys have all been smashed in, the Orks still hold for a little bit, although that Big Mech is now well and truly out the weeds. Will give the pimp hand to one of the sisters there. And he's got no choice but to run away. Such a sizable amount of women at the moment. Probably a good idea would be to stick around these war banners. Mr. I should have said Doctor, sorry, you've done your PhD. Should not really avoid giving you your title, should I? That's very, very improper. Oh, well, did one Stormboy survive? Yeah, there's three corpses there. So one Stormboy must have survived that initial engagement. But yeah, the sisters can't come in. They've got no anti-building stuff going on for them, so the well-placed war banners will save them. More DACA research coming online for the Orks at the moment, as they get into position to fire over at these Battle Sisters. Now, the big shooters will kill these Battle Sisters very, very quickly if they can get the right engagement off. In fact, teleport right on top of them and then just laying into them. But they're close proximity to each other, maximising that Inferno grenade. A cheeky squad of sluggers to keep the sisters on the move, allowing those big shooters to be used to full effect. And it's going to be a long walk home for the Battle Sisters now. All that investment into the tier 1 now doing them no favours at all. The Orks in a very short amount of time been able to save up a good chunk of change. We do have some more Battle Sisters and another missionary on the way there. It's pretty good situations for them. More hands being laid down upon people. More grenades being thrown around. Stormboys still a good healthy number. Also reinforcing themselves all day long. The Shooter Boys being given the space that they need to wreck face. Must have to fall back. Thankfully a listing post, in fact 2 listing posts have been upgraded so sisters can sit in betwixt these 2 posts. And a nice defensive capacity. And the Orks, seeing the fire through the flames, decide not to push their luck any further. So nice control from the Orks there. I understand the feeling as a person who plays Orks more or less exclusive. Well, I mean, it's Orks and Necrons, those are my 2 main boys. And Night Lords if I'm feeling fancy. But yeah, the feeling of just wanting to keep on going forward with the Orks is definitely a vibe. Well, at the moment, current economy is 110 and 20 compared to 98 and 30. No tier 2. Ah, there we go. Tier 2 popping for the sisters. Going to keep on top of them. And that teleport just constantly online for them. Although morale being broken on the Shooter Boys very quickly. The Slugger Boys being very sluggish. If you pardon the wordplay there, which I know you will. That's 2 Battle Sister squads tied up. Canoness is also tied up as well. Might be an idea to detach her and move her somewhere else just to maximise the use of that Inferno pistol. Shooter Boy's taking a while to regain the morale. And the chase backwards all over again. Listing post by the relic has not been upgraded. Although that would be a mighty boon for them if it were. There we go. Oh, look at that. It's like he's listening to me. My words echoing in the past somehow. The Slugger Boys seem to have been chased away. Maybe more or less sacrificed just to keep the sisters occupied for now. It's not normal that you would see that many Slugger Boys being reinforced into a squad, but in a pinch, not a bad idea. Got some tank busters now, so tier 2 has finished for the Orks. A mech shop as well. Tier 2 about to finish for the sisters. Forged and power sword weapons coming to the fore. And so far, the sisters have got no Celestians. So this might be a weird opportunity where the Orks can actually make use of vehicles, considering that they've invested so much in their tier 1 infantry. Ballistic post over here is good to go down without a shadow of a doubt. But the triple firing solutions here should be able to keep them safe for now. While the war truck comes over, going to go for twin big shooters just to amass the anti-infantry damage. Tank Buster's not entirely sure what their mission is here. I assume it's just in case these sisters go for any lightning strike fighters. There's always a damn good shout to go for. Relatively cheap, all things considered. And I mean, Kronos has got a fair bit of green money saved up. So transitioning into more vehicles is probably what the doctor, or not this doctor mind you, what the generic Medicaid ordered. More truck coming forward. Look at that, just really quickly. Breaking down one woman. Even out DPSing. The laying of hands, actually. That's a remarkable DPS incoming. War truck, though, taking a fair bit of damage itself, but it can always be repaired by a happy cohort of grots. And all the single ladies fall back. I suppose not single, are they? They're all technically married to the Emperor. Which will, I'm assuming, just provides no amount of headaches for him. No wonder why he stays indoors on the front. Well, we've got a Celestial Squad coming out and a Immolator. Interesting choice. I mean, masses of lightly armoured infantry, not the worst idea. I'm just worried about these, you know, keeping it safe from the tank busters. It's got a war truck with a bomb chucker. Nice bit of diverse weapon selection from the war tracks. But struggling with the pathing as the sisters decide to do their own thing this way. I mean, it's risky. Coming in from the sides, the Orks might cut off the retreating path for the sisters. Yeah, one war truck just not bothered to give an, a weapon upgrade. I mean, that goes down remarkably quickly. And I think the sisters, not great positioning here. They knew that the Orks were going to be somewhere. And now this is just a pathing nightmare to get them out of the situation that they've currently found themselves. Morale not really withstanding this incoming barrage of missiles and big shooters. Even laying a hand's not keeping them alive. Stormboy's chasing after the straggling infantry. Yeah, that's a lot of sisters lost in such a short amount of time. Still 3 squads alive. Yeah, the majority of the battle sisters over here. Very sad time. But where's the Canoness? Can I see her? Is that you? Oh dear, yep, that is you. Not where she really wants to be. I mean, they're staying there. They give them credit. They've regained the morale. Oh no, I was about to say, oh well done. They regained the morale, but they've now lost it once again. Here comes a contingency of sisters attempting to rescue their Canoness. But without the Celestians and their anti-vehicle weapons, although, mind you, that being said, cheeky Rhino dropping these Celestians inside the base. Maybe some economic harassment. Maybe the war banners. Go for the war banners. That'll sort them out. Very expensive to replace. How much money does the Orc have? Oh, right, no. You've got a lot of money. Even if you kill all the war banners, the Orcs can just rebuild them and replace them. So they're just going to laugh in the face of danger and keep on going forward. I suppose with all those war banners and listing posts and grots with shooty bits. That's a cool gun. That's a really big gun. Yeah, so good lord, just been killed by the buildings. And just unable to really regroup here. Let's keep their numbers high. And Squad Slugger's still alive. Got Killer Can as well. Don't normally see one of these, but always a treat when you do. I mean, if you've got spare money, why not? Keep the pressure up, that's what I say. Battle Sisters running back into the base. And what have they got coming out of their buildings at the moment? Nothing. We've got another Immolator. No, I don't think Immolators were the way forward. Lightning Strike Fighters. Just to keep away from those missiles and such. Better at flanking, picking off targets from a distance. Oh, good old-fashioned exorcist. Long-range artillery. Oh dear. Tank does a backflip. Station's out in the middle of no man's land. No woman's land in this case. They've all been wiped out. Storm Boys might actually get wiped out themselves. Will it be enough there? I'll go one squad wipe. Sister standing firm. As the sluggers move into position. It's just not looking pretty for the Sistery Sisters. Killer Khan knocking on the back door. As the Orks run roughshod over the Adeptus Sororitas compound. And sad to say, boys and girls, it's not looking like a happy day for the sisters. Only 4 women left. Soon to be 5, but... Oh, there we go. HQ been cancelled out, which implies that Kronos said no thank you. Cheers for that, but I'll try again. So yes, I mean, it was a remarkable opening from the sisters. Very, very aggressive. We can see that the majority of the fighting happened... I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's a long trail of corpses going on down here, but very aggressive from the sisters earlier on. I do think that a massive opportunity with all the infantry that they had, but really it was this assault down here where they got flanked by the Orks that really did a number on them. If they maybe an attack from this side and another clearer retreat path, that might have been a different story overall, or if they went for different vehicles. There we go, so that's game number 1. Let's go on to game number 2. So here we are in game number 2. We are still on Fata Morgana, and on the northern side, it is indeed Dr. Victor Von Knox playing as the Imperial Guard, whereas Chrono Siren is on the southern side playing as the Sisters still. So same opening, double missionaries, Pristine Sanctuary, Adeptus Sororitas Convent, and a plasma generator. Whereas Dr. Victor Von Knox go for a couple of guardsmen, Tech Priest and a infantry command. So no change in the strategy for Chrono Siren at the moment, or Say Ryan, whoever knows. I can't read. But yeah, I mean, it stands to reason. Similar kind of factions are the Orks and Imperial Guard, just because they can play defensive if they so wish. And obviously, if you've got your Seraphins jumping on around the Imperial Guardsmen, weak as they are, and, you know, lightly armoured as they are, just hide indoors. And you can't shoot them when they're indoors. You know, Seraphins, like vampires, you've got to invite them in. Or, you know, something like that. But could have probably thought of a better analogy, but I'm not going to now. A limited amount of time to record tonight. Like I say, I want to get as many of these games done as humanly possible, just so I can then say that I've done them all, and then download and install the new patch. Which I'm quite excited for, because there's a new survival thing, which makes that more waves happen during each wave of survival. So I'm thinking maybe there should be some sort of video where I do, I don't know, Praetorian Guard versus Tyranids or something. Just because it'd just be a fun video, wouldn't it? A fun little excursion for everyone. Either way, Commander coming out, standard, priest, probably a Psyker as well. Rocking on down, seeing what they could do. Now up against a Canoness. I do believe that the command squad will win all day, every day, if they've got all 3 of their chaps in the squad in a melee scenario. But once again, if the Canoness can avoid melee combat and get that Inferno pistol, and maybe not necessarily focusing down the general, but maybe the priest or one of the supporting characters, she might then be able to win a straight-up melee engagement. But we shall see. Oh dear, that here's our Conservator. Half health done. A swift flurry of attacks. Now Kenneth's having to run away from the boys. Imagine the missionary with a shotgun might be able to knock these guys back, actually, which would negate... Well, oh yeah, just knock them on their asses. Why not? And actually, yes, so the DPS coming in from the command squad is much more significant, but there's only 2 of them. And without a trio of chaps... Yeah, that's a very unfortunate situation. Would not normally see that. There we go, command squad well and truly taken out. Which is not what they wanted. Not a cheap unit. The command squad. Will you rebuild it? They're going to go for double plasma generators and relying on your heavy bolter turret. Seeing that Canoness there, you know that there isn't going to be a major amount of early game aggression. You know, she might come over and start bashing things, but as we say, you can hide indoors And that is fine from your perspective. Although the listening post over here has not been finished. And you cannot hide inside an unfinished building. Yeah, it seemed that maybe Victor was thinking of no plasma generator opening into a mass of other things. Maybe giving Cronus a taste of his own medicine by going for a massive tier 1 infantry. But even though the Canalists could probably take these guys on 1 versus 1, when there's about 18 of them, so now she can really do, not without some sisters in support. We're going to see one squad coming over. Maybe they've also got their phosphorus grenades, which will do untold deadly amounts of damage against these boys. Also will break the morale remarkably quickly, as they only have 100 morale from the opening stages of the game. But no, they weren't pushing any further. Command squad back out. And a tactical control. Oh, okay, so grenade launchers then. Is that your plan? I imagine so. That would be the standard thing to do. Missionary about to finish capturing the critical location, but he dies just in the nick of time. From the perspective of the guard, here come the Battle Sisters, and they're going to go for a couple of flamey flamers. Yeah, those shotguns, just a real absolute pain in the backside. Commander is out, but he will be using his powerful wristwatch, as Dream On would say. Hope you're doing alright if you are watching this. I do know that you commented the other day. I will get round to responding to all the comments. Haha, he says. Maybe. We'll see. Poor Flamer Lady. Got too close. Flew too close to the sun. Another command squad. Oh, just Michael Jacksoning out the way. And the sisters massively overstaying their welcome here. Once those grenade launchers came out, the women definitely need to get out there quick, sharpish. But I'm now going to go for some heavy bolters, which is probably the better thing to go for. Not sure if you need flamers and heavy bolters, just because one's a lot shorter range than the other. Although, that being said, if they get too close, then I suppose you've got at least one additional weapon that can be used. I'm going to turn around, start opening fire. That Inferno pistol, man. Really deadly. But I don't know if the heavy weapons on these sisters are going to do them any favours, just because of how efficient those grenade launchers are. They'll do a huge amount of damage, but it's the knockback that is the real value from those guys. So instead, just going to engage in glorious hand-to-hand combat. We don't. Oh, you're Celestians. That's why. You just got into tier 2 out of bloody nowhere. Fair enough. Okay, we respect that. Now the Imperial Guard are going to have to conga line their way out of here, as the Inferno pistols from the veteran superiors really start chunking away at the health of the lightly armoured guardsmen. No tier 2 on the way for Dr. Victor Von Knox at the moment. And nowhere near. It's going to go for a third plasma generator, having to spend loads of his green money on all the upgrades that he's gone for. Will hide behind a heavy bottle turret there. But over here, there's no defensive stuff apart from this infantry command. Suppose the guard can jump inside listing post and then traverse over onto this side. But instead we'll focus on the listing posts instead. But once again, assaulting this way, and now their, path of retreat is being covered by all this stuff. I don't know which game happened first. Was it the Ork game or this game? I don't know, but that's one way to break from a flank. Just charge into the flanking enemy. And the Battle Sisters and Celestians mean a fair bit of business in close combat. You wouldn't normally see Battle Sisters engaging in hand-to-hand combat, but when you're up against the Imperial Guard and they've got grenade launchers, may as well send them in. That is a lot of flames and fires going on in. Guardsman almost getting a squad wipe down here. Can they get him? No, he survives. I do believe that was one squad wipe, wasn't it? There were 3 squads? Ah, no. One of them just hid inside. Fair enough. Can't go wrong with that. Also, probably hiding a couple of Tech Priest engine seers inside his infantry command, although they're going to go for it. Can't stop them. Tier 2 on the way. But the Tech Priest engine seer can just jump outside and start repairing, but will be focused down, although just nick of time. Wonderful bit of micro from Victor Von Knox there. And yeah, they're just playing into the Imperial Guard's hands right now. This is not what you want to see. This is the Guard's bread and butter. And then bringing out the undamaged Tech Priest Engines here to do the repairs there. So much material been lost there. Good economy, 79 and 30 compared to 80 and 30. So remarkably similar economies at the moment. The Imperial Guard now catching up on the tech. Both going for a vehicular production building. And there we are. Things calm down. Things quiet down. Sisters not in as strong a position as I've got a much smaller... Did you not even bother capturing this relic? I'd probably do you a favour there. Rule number 1 of Dawn of War. Capture your bits and bobs. Stick that on my gravestone. Well, I probably won't have a gravestone. Probably a bench at a park or something. Yeah, that's Mr. Landshark. He had wise words. Well, they're going to capture it regardless. And the Imperial Guard will stay on their side of the map for now. I imagine Chimera, stick the boys in, move them around, have a grand old time. Although the Celestians, I assume, will be coming out in a larger number. Here comes a Blessed Armour. And what vehicle will you go for, Chronosaran? Sarian. Everyone's just chilling out at the moment. I suppose we could use this time to just enjoy the models. Don't get much time to really look at the boys. There they are, look at them. Handsome chaps that they are. Have they got different face models? They do have different face models. All very wide noses, I've noticed. Very nice. I think this man also has, we can't zoom any further, but a thin moustache. Beautiful. We like a good moustache on this channel. Some even have helmets. Very nice. What about you, ladies? Do any of you have a fine moustache? No. Lack of moustache. 0 out of 10. No wonder why they're struggling at the moment. Powerful facial hair. That's what keeps you on the battlefield. Well, they're going to go for more heavy bolters. Again, I don't think it's the way forward. Exorcist, Chronosaran, that's what you want. Always, always, if you've got an opportunity, go for some artillery. Treat yourself. They're going to go for a Chimera. If you've got, especially if you're assaulting here and you've got the ladies here, forming like a wedge, Chimeras can't flank around, so your Exorcist has just got free reign and doing damage. And they're now going to go for some plasma guns. So the Celestians will be taking a lot more damage than they would otherwise want to. And we're going to try and break it down. Can a Tech Priest Engines here come out in the nick of time? No, they cannot, so losing a listening post. And they will just carry on going forward. Absolute madwomen. The boy's going to hide inside the Chimera and fall back to get a better position. Heavy bolter at the next to be fired at. I do believe that we've also got a heavy stubber. Don't normally see a heavy stubber. Like a bit of an LMG kind of situation going on. Yeah, just look at it. I didn't expect this to happen, but turns out all you need is just to believe in yourself, which I suppose is the Sisters of Battle whole shtick. This game though has gone for no faith there, which is interesting. Chimera blown to pieces, men thrown around. Mechanized command soon to fall if the Imperial Guard can't do anything about it. They're going to build up another heavy bolter turret just on the ridge. Plasma guns getting the damage in there. And the Sisters will pay them absolutely no heed. Got no choice now. We'll have to start falling back as the morale crumbles. I mean, good idea. You know, a worthy attempt. If they could have got that mechanized command down, that would certainly have done some good, I think. I mean, they would have been able to rebuild it, but... Oh, tier 3, right. No, they have plenty of money on top of that. Dr. Victor Von Knox really keeping on top of his economy throughout this game and the last. System will go in for another push, but you've got your Celestians with the anti-vehicle stuff, and your Battle Sisters with those heavy bolters are now down to 0. Heavy weapons team now set up ready to fire away. And the women have got no choice but to run with their proverbial tails in between their legs. More Celestians coming out. And it might be a case of charge the women into close combat. Where are the vehicles? You've had this manufactorum for so long now. Build them up. They've got no anti-vehicle at the moment. I mean, sure, the heavy weapons teams can be upgraded with a las cannon if they so chose. But hey ho. Celestians getting involved in close combat. The heavy weapons team is really going to cause them some issues if they allow it to stand up, so they're going to have to focus complete fire towards him. It will get him down, but at the cost of many of their own number. And at what? 45 and 10 to reinforce compared to glorious 20? That's just... the math ain't mathing. As the kids would say. Here comes a lieutenant to inspire the men. Gives a little buff to everyone. There's the lightning strike fighter. They're probably not targeting the things that you want. I mean, don't send him in on his own unless you're just there just to distract. I mean, went out in a blaze of glory. Gotta appreciate that. Whereas the Celestians are just on their own. We didn't get a look at the Celestian models, did we? Oh, it's a blonde woman. That's fun. I like that. We'll go on this. There's the thumbnail. Look at that. Right into her peepers. Eyes you can get lost in.
Platoon commander here.
What do you do, actually, Lieutenant Commander? That is my question. And we're going to find out, gosh darn it. Where are you? So, useful for support units, combat effectiveness of nearby troops, decreases damage taken by friendly infantry. Ordering his troops to make good use of any cover available, like the sand, yes. And fresh rear guard, offensive, minimizing loss. The reinforcement time of nearby troops is decreased. There we go. And other stuff, increasing accuracy, very nice. So, useful chap to have on the battlefield, all things considered. There's a bit of everything, really, doesn't he? Cascans are on the way. Sisters are... They're going to struggle at this point. But, oh, never mind, they've got a castigator. Powerful tank indeed. Then improved mechanized production efficiency, and then an Exis Prioris. Nice. That's what you want to see. Some long-range firepower, and that castigator is a damn fine tank, if I do say so myself. But both armies kind of missing each other here. Well, that's a sign that I need to update the graphics card. Not updated drivers for a while, so the frame rate seems to be dropping a little bit more than usual. Well, the Cascans came out to the wrong party at the wrong time. I'm going to hide away there as the Imperial Guard makes swift work of this listening post. This does open up the opportunity for the sisters to maybe do a little bit more damage than they otherwise would normally. And now that they've got the battle sisters back up with the heavy bolter turrets, they'll be killing these guys pretty quickly. Although, will this lieutenant's, incoming damage reduction make a huge difference to their survivability? Ah, no, the Celestians are all going down. Run away, run away! Castigator, come on over! Ah, I might get the infantry command. There we go, gets him down. And the Exis Prioris from a distance. Look at that, seeing the men spread in a less than desirable manner.
Everyone okay? Good, let's get back
and we've got a Chimera coming around the flanks. Can the men jump inside? Little battle bus to take them back home. One squad there not surviving, although, that being said, they can now charge right on over to the Exorcist, jump on out, and open Bloody Mary on it. Even though they don't have... Oh, but... Tank Hunter missile goes towards him, knocks them all down. Castigator comes in to defend. Missiles. Can you fire missiles on your own position? Yes, you can. Glorious. That's one way to take him out. Danger close, baby. Danger close. Playing that beautiful organ of a Lehman Russ battle tank off in the distance there. And pound for pound, I think now the Castigator on paper does more damage. Whether it actually does or not, we shall see. But do we have any more Celestians left? I don't think we do. It's a real shame. They're a mighty fine thing to have, but all the infantry is dead from the Imperial Guard's perspective. Celestians on the left-hand side. They need to get in there ASAP. The Castigator is about to go down. It's not doing nearly as much damage to the Leman Russ as the other one is doing to them. Like double Celestians. And that is going to cut through the armor of that Leman Russ. Quick, sharpish. The big explosion from the... Was that Cassigans? That was Cassigans. And another Leman Russ as well. Damn it, there's two of them now. I'm being supported by infantry. They'll kill those Celestians all day long. So now it's a case of, can they hold back this Imperial tide? They've got another Castigator.
Everyone okay? Good.
One Leman Russ soon to go down. Can it get a good lick of damage on the Exis Prioris? No, it does not. A huge explosion, knocking all those Imperial Guardsmen back. Too close to call, baby, too close to call. Although we do seem to have some sort of gunk and goop being thrown at the sisters. Is that your special cannon? Yep, seems like it. So I think it is. Well, been not too stellar for sisters at the moment, but the Castigator has gone for a twin-link las cannon, helping it cut through the Leman Russ. And the Exis just needs to hit these guys once or twice to do mass morale damage. Leman Russ goes down. Castigator has still got all its heavy bolter things, so it can still do a fair bit of damage to that Imperial Guard infantry. And Hell's Bells and 1,000 spells, they managed to survive that onslaught for a little bit longer. Got some reinforced hull plating and a second Exis Prioris. Don't know if 2 is necessary. Probably want to prioritise another Castigator. Oh, they're going to go for tier 4. Now that is very risky. Very risky indeed. Do you have the money for it? No. No, you don't. You get into tier 4, what do you buy with this money? Maybe try and recapture... I mean, you've already still got it, but rebuild a listing purse, man. That's what you would do. At least upgrade some of these other bits. Oh god, yeah, that graphics card driver definitely needs a little loving. I'll get it done. Oh, right. Oh, shit. Well, that's a Beyblade. No, that's a Shadow Sword. Never mind me. That is like the tank deleter. The Yeeter and deleter. Slow firing rate. But just basically says no thank you to any of our enemy armor. All those guys. I mean, there's potential. There is potential. Shadow Sword on its own won't win a battle. If they can kill all of its supporting units, they might potentially be able to do something about it. Got that Volkite cannon there. Long range. And it's taken out one of those Exorcists. Yeah, taking up in the wrong place, I feel. Holy Reliquary. Yeah, so you've gone for that as well. I don't... Generally, when you attack up, you think, okay, I'm going to get one production thing and focus on that. Oh, gods. By the Emperor himself. All the women go down. The Exorcist also. What was a really potentially close game has now very rapidly turned on the sisters. They're going to go for some more Celestians and another Castigator. But is that going to be enough? Don't know if they'll even see the light of day. Will they manage to get it? One more Castigator for the road? They do! And it is! One tank against the world! Can she do it? She's stuck! That's unfortunate. Well, she's now just rubbing face with the other tank. And the sisters say no. Just say no thank you, none of this. Don't want any of this nonsense. So yeah, again, another... I mean, that was a remarkably close few little bits of engagements right there. If the economy of the Imperial Guard, I think that's what really saved them, being able to just basically hold back, use their upgrade listing purse to basically tech up and get the bigger and badder things out sooner, was definitely in their favour. But it could have gone. It could have gone either way in that little engagement. If these sisters maybe played a bit more aggressive, jumped on top of them, maybe instead of going for that second Exorcist, we went for another Castigator and just ran on in and killed as many things as possible, that might have been another way going, but We'll never know. That is the way that the cookie crumbles. So cheers to, I think it was Cronus that sent these games in. And thank you for watching at home. If you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month does indeed get you one extra game a week. And there is also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.